Okay, so where we last left off, the party was about to head back out into the Calim Desert after finding out a little bit more information from a dwarf on the street. And let's take a look at the map, see how long this trek should last you. To get to the Oasis is actually not very far, so we'd say one solid day's travel will get you there.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. I'm removing 1 day of rations. Any events during the travel?
Well, the first thing to kind of strike you is that this is an actual established road, whereas where you've been traveling along the coast was more of a middling between a trail and a road. Mm-hmm. However, there are much less people out here than on that coastal trail. It might be because it's going straight through the heart of the desert, and that's never a friendly place to be. But, it seems like, and you can pick this up from the few guys you do run across while you're out there, is that, other major places like Memnon and, any large settlements have also seen an influx of refugees. Seems like they're gearing up for what might end up being a raid by the orcs and goblins and such from out in the Arching Mountains. So, in the last few days, trade has kind of started to grind down to not really a halt, but a trickle. And, if we can roll a gather information check, let's go with that, maybe, or, yeah, I think a gather information check or just a wisdom check we'll go with either. Wisdom or gather information, whatever's easiest for you.
Yeah. 14.
5.
Alright, and we want to get a roll from Fate and Garzhvog -1.
I don't gather information.
That's
Neither do I,
exactly, I
apparently.
picture an orc gathering information.
Alright, Fate, do you want to try to roll, maybe salvage this?
Not particularly.
Alright. Alright.
That's perfect. Oh my
I mean, I could
goodness.
steal something, but that's about it.
Okay, so it's as you all have been traveling, you do manage to chat up a few of the merchants heading your way, and maybe occasionally get a word from the merchants heading back towards Calim Port. You seem to get the feeling that there might be something happening at the Oasis, but every time you start really pressing them, they seem to get a little bit scared off by Garzhvog. He seems a little bit too overbearing in gathering the information.
Yes, you're making this difficult. Try to... I imagine you with big teeth and try to hide them.
hide them. Okay.
Yeah, like don't scare people off.
I will try.
But I think something's going on in the oasis. And I'm not sure why people don't want to tell us. That's weird.
Do you want to try and go gather some information without me?
That's shitting.
Well, we should just approach carefully.
I agree.
Alright, so continue on your travels. The further you go, the less and less people you see. As you get further out into the desert. It's starting to become late evening, and the sun's starting to head down by the time you start getting to the Oasis. And true to form, it is what you would probably expect from a pretty heavily commercialized oasis out there. There's a small barricade put up around it. In the center, it looks like this is where an actual aquifer is starting to push up through the rock some. As I said, I think in the previous recording, it's a little bit of a ravine where you have to go down in between some rocks, get away from the burning sand up top to be able to get down to where the water's not going to almost immediately evaporate. And it looks like this place should probably be a little more full than it is, but when you arrive there, there's only 2 or 3 wagon trains that are stopping there for the night. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that was it.
Then should we just settle down and continue, or do you guys want to go talk to the wagon trains?
Yeah, why not? Like, let's ask them what's up in the oasis. Do we have to do a roll for that, or?
No, we'll only do a roll if we're looking for specific bits of information, but if you just want to go chat to them, that's going to be just role playing. So the first two caravans are what you'd expect while you're in Kalisham. Kalishite men, maybe the occasional oh god, I'm trying to remember the name for him now. The Genocide. The occasional Genocide with them. And they seem pretty uncomfortable being out into the desert even this far, because it seems like after that storm came through, it's kind of riled the desert up somewhat. There's been a lot of mentionings of caravans getting attacked since the storm died down and people disappearing into the desert. The third caravan isn't nearly as friendly and open to conversation. They actually turn you away as you're walking up. And from what you can see is then most of these men are from Kalisham. However, the man that looks like he's in charge is about as much of a foreigner as you could get. He has very light blonde hair. His skin, which would have probably been almost alabaster white, has burned to a red and crisp. And he seems generally unhappy and uncomfortable being in the desert. You hear him muttering about sand, shaking his boots out almost every 10 minutes or so, trying to get what grains are always invading your shoes here.
Good sir. I see you do not enjoy this environment. Where are you from?
Right, the man looks up as you're speaking to him from the edge of the camp, and as he shakes at his boot, he replies back to you in very good common, actually, though he has a strange twist to it, like a bit of an accent, and it certainly doesn't sound like anything from Chesenta or these lands of intrigue that you've been in.
Mm-hmm.
And you asked him.
Coast.
Mm-hmm. Actually, not. It's not a Sword Coast accent, because that's something you'll hear, especially in trade hubs. This is something a little bit more foreign than that. And you were asking him where he's from, correct?
Yes.
All right, he just kind of grunts. Yeah, further north, but I don't really have much to say to you. If you'll excuse me, I'm waiting to get my food for the night. And he gets up and he heads into his wagon.
I use Detect Evil.
As he goes by?
Mm-hmm.
He is certainly evil.
Oh. My alarm bell's going off like...
His eyes light up. It's like, finally some action. I've been waiting for a sign for 3 days now.
I narrow my eyes. Wait, how far are we from the oasis, though?
No, you are in the oasis.
Oh, that's all in the oasis.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Like, how big is the area of the oasis? Like, is it just a smaller pond, or?
The oasis itself is a small natural spring. It doesn't flow very far before the sand and the rock eats it back up. But it's enough to water maybe 2-3 camels at a time.
So I guess, like, if he's evil and looks like that, I guess we found Calim, right?
Possibly.
All right, let's test it. Calim.
All right, can I get a spot check from everybody? Unfortunately, Inza might be left out of this one. You could roll a listen check.
You can't see me, but when you said that, I had like my hand going toward my mouse, and then I just stopped midway. That's for me.
Wait a second.
Let's see. Spot, please. 14.
All right. Anyone else want to roll? And Fate has an 11. So Garzhvog is oddly enough the one to pick up on this.
Yeah, right.
Thank God we didn't leave him behind.
Yeah.
Leave him out in the desert after he fucked up getting the information. But Garzhvog, you managed to notice when Valerion calls out Colic, there's a slight hitch in the man's step. But other than that, he kind of just keeps walking.
I whisper it to Valerion that that's him. He hesitated.
All right, I keep detect evil up and start probing the environment. That is like the wagons and stuff. How many? Like if I concentrate long enough, I can detect how many evil guys are there. I think. Oh yeah, but something we forgot. Like I actually cannot detect evil through thick barriers. It's basically like detect magic and stuff. So I couldn't like last time. I can't detect through walls and shit if they're too thick. Like
We were coming up with some
need better.
bullshit reason that it was like radar and it was bouncing off of the walls and heading down the tunnels.
Oh yeah, that works. Okay.
Are you able to detect through a wagon?
Yeah. Can penetrate barriers, but 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet, or like 1.2 meters of wood I can go through. So yeah, I guess the wagon isn't that fat.
No.
Oh,
All
like
right.
almost a meter.
So if
90
someone
centimeters.
wears a big armor, it's like
No, because I see his head and stuff, you know.
All right.
What?
So
Lead armor, like full plate
Wait, 1
with
inch, that's
helmet?
2.5 centimeters. That's a pretty fat armor.
Yeah, but
Like if someone is a tank, then yeah, no, can detect evil. All right, the power and location of each aura after third round. So after 18 seconds, I can know the power and location of each aura. So I'm gonna probe all these wagons. Like Valerion is just standing there, stretching out his hand like Force style, like closing his eyes a little and probing the wagons. What time of the day is it, by the way?
the sun has just gone down, so it's early night.
Very
Alright.
well.
This man's wagon that you've kind of identified is Kulik. Whether or not that's true, we'll find out in a while. But he has the largest caravan of the three here, and it looks as though these caravans have been here for quite some time. You can see that there's been some sand building up around the wheels, showing that they haven't been moved for at least several days. He has all together with him a group of about somewhere between 17 and 20 men, somewhere around there. It's hard with all of them moving around. However, while you're sensing evil, only him and 4 others have that feel to them, that they're evil, and he stands out most amongst them.
Are any of the other people inside his wagon?
In that particular wagon?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he climbs in there, that's where you get that sensing of the additional evil, and it's just one other, so it seems like him and 1 other men are inside that wagon. Altogether, they have 4 wagons, and but the one he climbed in is the largest one.
Alright, I respond to Garzhvog like after we made a little group and gathering. Like, I think you're right, Garzhvog. Tyr agrees, this man is evil through and through, but only him and 3 others. So most of this caravan are innocent bystanders. We cannot do a frontal assault. We have to be careful here how to tackle this.
we could kidnap him during the night.
Hang on, can we get you all to repeat that? There was a bit of a weird little glitch or hitch with the audio. No, it still seems to be happening. I'm gonna stop the audio for just a second and back out of the chat room. Alright, so you all were giving it a bit of thought about your plan for how you want to handle Kulik and his men. And of course, if it is Kulik.
Yeah, we were still discussing it, right? Like
Yeah,
how we
we
did.
discussed it a bit after you're gone.
Oh,
You're back,
alright.
Charles? I think it's Anthony.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, like we were like thinking about saying that we've been like, we kind of go talk to him and colleague and say we've been sent by like a seed or like powdered rain even to like warn him that people are on their way to kill him, like they kill like a seed in Isaric. And then we said that we're here to protect him and that you should not trust this man, there's like spies and stuff, and we try to like getting like alone, and then Well
All
done.
right, but
That's it.
I'm really bad at lying, so
Yeah, I can do the lying, and then you can do like you say like your slave and stay behind me in case they
Or
attack me.
just tell him that Tyr demands he goes with us and be done with it.
And then
well,
we
that
get
would also be a lie.
and then we get attacked with
But
18
you
guys.
did that already in the past.
Oh no, that was all truth in the past.
No.
Why? I just yeah,
So
Tyr's
I don't know. I mean, unless we've got a better plan, but like if they're like really like that many men, like we could try to kidnap him during the night, but that's hard also. And I can't do that.
I'm just worried that if we want to guard him, right, and he just does his business as usual, that I might be compromised. Or like
I mean, what time is it? It's-
About now it's just the sunset just a little while ago, so again it's early night.
Yeah, so we're just gonna attack him like he's not gonna do his business, right? And just the plan is we get him during the night anyway, so it shouldn't take too long.
kill him during the night.
We don't
Jesus.
No, we take him, like not kill him. We just take him
okay.
away from his men. Like that's the point, and you can
Oh,
talk to him.
alright, okay. That works. I mean, if they fall for that, sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, the problem is if they don't, then we're like in the middle of their camp and they attack us.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Well, we need someone who is good at bluffing. I can do the
And
role play part, but my
can do then.
stats don't support it.
And stay behind. I mean, do you have any idea where we could start talking to him? Like,
Of course. Just watch me. I'll walk over to his wagon.
wait.
This ought to be good.
You're my slave.
What? I'm not your slave.
I cast prestidigitation. I put the slave thing on his arm.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Alright, what saving throw do I have to roll?
I don't think there is one.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there is one. There's
Dope.
always a saving
It's
throw.
just
in
a
D&D.
small. It's a small illusion.
Yeah. Alright, what's the spell?
It's like cantrip, prestidigitation. It's like
Do you have a link?
sure.
Like what's prestige?
Where do you wanna? Yeah. Why do you want to? Like,
Prestidigitation.
it's for the greater good. It's for Tyr.
Sure. It's for tier. Come on, let's see.
Minor tricks.
Saving throws he text. It can collect assault items in one. It can chill, warm, or flavor 1 pound. Cannot deal damage. It's small, but they look. The magic spells are extremely fragile, and they can be used. And any change to an object persists. It doesn't say anything about saving throws, even though it says like see text.
Yes, see
What's
text
this?
means no.
How about I give it a look on my end with the
Yeah,
actual
it's
player?
fine. You just you put the same like sign as the other like slave from like Bar the Drain. Just make sure they see your harm.
It can chill, warm, or flavor 1 pound of non-living material.
Yes. Just let's go. And the plan is we want to talk. The lie is that there is spies, so don't talk too, loud or anything. To make it credible.
Oh, of course. I'm not sure about this thingy, so we don't have to pull any slave move, or like where the hell would a slave be like the fighter? I don't look like a slave.
Yes, you do look like a slave.
I have a massive scimitar. Paladin of Tyr. Like my slave days are behind me, my friend.
You're a very expensive slave.
I have smitten in the name of Tyr.
That's why they sent you. You're the best slave in the whole country.
We'll see about that. Alright, I'll walk over to the wagon. Well, let's make it.
Said
Fine.
not too much.
I knock again. Tuk, tuk, tuk.
College.
As you approach the wagon, he has several men around the camp, like on the periphery near where the
Oh,
fire
okay.
is.
So
And
I guess we
again,
don't.
he has a view outside the wagon, and they won't let you get close enough to knock on it. They do stop you beforehand, and one of them asked you what your business is with him.
We have a message for your master.
I need to call. Yes.
And what is the message?
It doesn't concern you.
Well, who sent it?
This doesn't concern you either. Go call him.
Well, it's going to concern me when he gets angry at me.
That's not my problem then.
Well, it's my problem.
I just wait.
All right, and the guard waits for about a minute or two, and he gets kind of uncomfortable.
Wait, no, I'm interrupting. Let go yourself. Trust me. The information that we are about to bring to your master, he wants to hear.
And are you openly wearing that new little mark on your arm?
Where did you put it?
On your arm, like I guess somewhere visible, like at the
Yeah. Where the normal tattoo is on the on the wrist,
Gloves.
like at the base of your palm.
Oh well, no, then it wouldn't be visible. It would be on my gauntlet.
Okay.
Let's remove it then.
Before he climbs into the wagon, he looks back and says to Inza, "Pretty mouthy slave you got there." And then he ducks inside, and you hear him talking for a little bit. And after a while, he comes out and he goes, "My master wants to know who's calling, and more importantly, why so late."
Oh, by the way, I'm not sure. Like, I have an aura of good and an aura of courage.
Yeah, it doesn't can be a good slave. Just don't have a choice to do evil stuff.
Unless, of course, it's torture.
It's
Yeah, in that case, by all means.
Unless it's torturing evil. This is not even torture. It was punishment for his sins. Like, he was getting off lightly for what he did.
Tell him a seed is dead.
Oh, you're saying that to the guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying that openly? Like,
Yeah. Fine. It's fine. I just fixed.
Or
Whoa.
you could just say it concerns the seed.
Yeah, I like the drama.
Okay.
All right. So you want to tell him that Hasid is dead?
Yeah, I'm like, tell him that Hasid is dead.
All right. The man that you're talking gets pretty grim, and he looks a little bit nervous, and he ducks back inside the wagon. And it's not long after he ducks in that the flap opens back up, and it's Kalek, or at least the one you think is Kalek. And he takes a long look at you, and then he takes a long look at Valerion, and he goes, "All right, get in the wagon." And he holds it open for you to climb on in.
I guess we go in.
And we do.
yeah, like Ashardas and Fate in there as well.
I don't know.
I'm not
both
sure.
of you along with them?
Let's think about that. Probably not. Maybe like in case something goes wrong, right? And we get captured, then you can do something from outside, right?
It's a good idea, actually.
All right, okay.
All right. So inside the
I
wagon
went
is
to
just-
the Marching Mountains.
So
Backstab. Body crane.
So at this point, just so we know, Fate and I, have we are we like on a dune, or are we like in the middle of the camp just doing nothing, or what?
Well, where do you want to be? This
Marching Mountains.
spring is in the middle of kind of like a gully or a very small ravine. So if you wanted to be up and above it, you could get to the rocks above.
How high
I
up
want
is
to
it?
be at the rocks above.
It'd be about a 15, 20-foot height difference, but it's a pretty gradual slope.
All right, let's chill up there. Out of sight, if possible, in the dark, especially.
Let's play some D&D.
Hey, I'm down. Yeah, while we're waiting for them.
I pretend to be an orc.
All right. So The two of you inside the wagon, it's pretty sparsely furnished, just enough cushions to make it reasonable to spend time in and rest, maybe even sleep on a longer travel. And there's a bench along either side of the wagon. He motioned you to sit down on the right side, and him and the other man that you felt in the wagon sit on the other side. And this other man is actually a half-orc himself. And he also has a certain look about him that he's not exactly from the lands of intrigue.
He was evil as well, right? He was one of the other three.
Mm-hmm. This man actually, it's a little dim in there, but luckily you have dark vision. You can see, especially around his collar before his cloak covers it up, he has quite a proliferation of tattoos, and you even see him starting to peek out from where his wrists are, and they even go down onto his bare feet. And there's a bit of a moment before Kolek looks at you and goes, "So, what's going on with Hasid?"
Okay, wait. So I'm blind, so I guess I turn. Can I look toward Valerion? I'm like, is there anyone else beside him in the room?
Well, an orc, but I could take him if necessary.
Not my concern. Can you tell your men to step out?
My man? And he looks over at the orc and he goes, No, Thuk needs to be here as much as anybody. And I'll go ahead and put that in
you can't trust your man.
Really? And why is that?
As Sarek is dead, so is Theoden, and we think you're next.
And where are you getting this information from?
Sid told us from Barded Rain. He think we've been infiltrated. He
By
sent
who?
us. I don't know. He sent us to fix the problem. Tonight or tomorrow. They think you'll get killed also.
And you think Thuk has something to do with it?
Doesn't think so. He doesn't know. They've heard it's only one man. Very powerful man.
Well, you have to pardon my saying, but I think Thuk is about as trustworthy as any other man in this little caravan we got going here. He's been with me since the beginning.
Maybe so. What about the others?
The others? The Kalishites. They'll just respond to whoever pays them the highest, and I think we're pretty well safe with that.
That might be where you're wrong.
Really, because I doubt anyone's paying them quite what we're paying.
Explain what happened to Sarek and Hasid then. They probably thought the same thing.
Well, they're not quite on the inner fringes of this operation. They're not exactly quite as well protected as I am.
Maybe not so, but you should be careful. We've been sent to protect you during the night at least, and tomorrow.
Is that true?
The man is gonna come and we can attack him if we wait for him.
Well, I don't know quite what you think you're going to be able to do. You all don't look quite as handy as Thuk and his brothers, but if our mutual acquaintance sent you, then I suppose I can trust you. There's no room in the caravans, unfortunately. You're going to have to go sleep outside with the rest of the Kalishites.
No. I think it would be better if you would sleep somewhere else. Change the habits.
Where would you recommend?
I don't know the region. Is there some kind of cavern or anything you could hide during the night? Somewhere you would not expect.
No, this is the only change in land apart from the sands outside. I'd say the safest is probably going to be inside this caravan itself. There's not much of another option.
I'm afraid about your men also.
I think Thuk and his brothers can handle him if they decide to change their alliance. Though again, I very much doubt they're getting paid as they are getting paid by someone else as much as we're paying them. The currency they're getting isn't exactly easy to find nowadays.
Well,
But
Hasid's body was turned and split in half. So whoever is going after them, he's powerful. I agree with my master. You should try to find a secret spot outside. Whoever's trying to assassinate might try to strike this night, and we can prepare a nice trap with Thuk and the others.
We could do a trap.
He turns back to Inza and he goes, and this one of yours here, he can be trusted?
Yes. Is one of the best we have.
He doesn't look like a Kalashite. Where'd you pick him up from?
Somewhere. I don't. Where do you come from again?
Chacenta.
But he's got a very strategic mind.
You picked him up in Chacenta.
No. I traveled down here long ago. But my past shouldn't be of your concern. You can trust me.
Well, I think it is of my concern. It's apparent that my life is being threatened, and I don't know. I find that a little bit odd that a man that's been here for quite a while is so fair-skinned as you.
I'm not actually sure. Am I still fair-skinned? I mean, we traveled through the desert and stuff.
You would have a tan to you, but it wouldn't have been as deep set as someone that's been there for quite a while. Like, for instance, you can see Kalek. His skin's pretty red and burned, but it's a very deep and well ingrained burn. Like, his skin is probably going to be red for probably the remainder of his life, so long as he ever sees the sun.
I mean, different reaches of people tan differently, so you could always just throw it off on being Chacentian. Chacentians don't tan easily.
Hey now, table topping.
Yeah, no, I was about to say something like that anyway.
Okay.
I am blessed with toughness.
Hmm.
I could drink poison right here and not be affected.
Is that so?
Indeed.
He likes to talk big. Just don't.
If you don't mind me asking, how much is he going for?
Not paid.
One shiny full plate.
A full plate and a +1 steel shield.
Well, I ask because if you're telling the truth, then he seems like he'd be quite a nice addition to this branch of the operation. And I'm sure Ryan could excuse a bit of expenditure in the sake of safety.
And that's why we're here.
I nod.
You sure he's not for sale? I think I could tempt you pretty well.
We'll see if we survive the next 2 days, shall we?
Very well. Let me talk to Thuk, and then he'll go and talk to his brothers, and we'll sort something out, and we'll let you know shortly.
Very well. We'll be outside.
All right. And we're going to end this portion of the recording here, and when we pick up again, we'll find out exactly how well this plot to capture Kolek will go.